Alrighty folks, how is it going? We are going to go ahead and get started here. Hope everyone is doing well. We are continuing with the grand campaign in our current portion, which is explicitly dealing with the very unexpected revolutionary Napoleonic era for House Torres. Get the music down a wee bit here. I also spent a lot of time this week hopefully fixing my audio. I made some changes as well to stream settings, so if anything is weird, please let me know so I can fix that. Hope everyone's doing well. What's up, Harsh? What's up, Lord Dante? What's up, Libro? What's up, Clown? So, last session, we had the beginning of the Napoleonic era, where he came to power originally as the Grand Doge of Sardinia. After a series of battles in our war with Castalla and their allies, we managed to secure a new peace and a new era for Sardinia, during which we won many battles and much acclaim in Castalla, North Africa, the Mediterranean, and of course northern Italy. We had now redrawn the maps of Europe, taking much land in Italy, taking the last of our land to the Balearic and North Africa, and now stand poised to begin to retake what is ours and take much more. After several years of rebuilding, repairing, and building a new grand army for Sardinia, there's a cobweb right there, we declared a war upon Egypt, an ancient and powerful dynasty that has ruled here for almost 900 years, which our now Emperor Napoleon is seeking to overthrow. If successful, we will be able to expand our domain into the Eastern Mediterranean and secure the recently built Suez Canal for ourselves. But in our way stands a grand army of 800,000 men. This will be the testing point for our leader, Napoleon, as well as for our military, which has seen much success in recent years, and our navy, which continues to be a very powerful, if not the greatest navy on earth, if not in size, certainly in terms of competence. Napoleon is still emperor, but he is getting quite old. He is 58, and he managed to get inspiring leader, tolerant, and strict. Our young heir, Napoleon II, is a 164, and will be incapable, most likely, of continuing his father's military action. So it will really be up to our leader before he dies. I hope everyone is doing well and having a good day. Before we get going, let me try and fix the settings on something real quick. I'll have to do it manually. Let's go for that. As with all these campaigns, one moment, we'll be fighting all of the major battles in Napoleon Total War, so just a reminder on that. For the small ones we're fighting, I'll do it myself, but for the really big, important pinnacle ones, we'll be fighting them in Napoleon War, just like last week. I really had a lot of fun with that, and I want to keep it going. I think it'll be a lot of fun, just for immersion and making these big battles more interesting, instead of just watching those dice throws. So, just heads up on that. The stream tomorrow is also happening. There'll be the grand campaign for House Torres in the morning, and then we'll probably continue this in the afternoon as well. Today I was going to do the CK3 early on, but I decided against it. I've been pretty exhausted for a lot of reasons. Main one is I've been cutting out caffeine, which has been brutal. Dude, I got off cigarettes when I was younger. I smoked cigarettes for a few years, which you should never do, obviously. But I did do that. Getting off of those wasn't that bad, actually. I've been trying to get off caffeine for a couple weeks now, and it has been way more brutal. It's kind of crazy. So I've been very low energy. This is why I wanted to wait. So will you change Napoleon's name to Bonaparte? Something different, or leave it as is? I will change it, Lord Dante. I'm trying to not mess around with a save editor. I will do that in Vic 3 though, due to the fact that I tried to do some save edits in EU4 and it went rather badly, so I'll wait. But we will go back to his classical Corsican spelling, given he is not French nor ruling the French. So, with everything done, we're going to continue. We did get conquering new states, reducing our state maintenance, and now we're going to do assemble the army, which will give us Navy tradition and, Army tradition and recovery speed. So we'll take both of those. That being said, we had just won that massive battle at the end of last week, and we will be continuing from there. Hope everyone is doing well and had a very good week. This will be very micro intensive, so bear with me. See if we can knock out both of those armies real quick. We have our other army coming from the west as well. There was a rather large one. We should be winning both of these easily. They are going to retreat. We will not get the stack quite there, unfortunately, but we're still looking very good. Brazilians want a marriage? Sure. I'm sure he has some other children by now. Then again, Napoleon actually didn't have a lot of kids historically, funnily enough. He had a couple. Ironically, the only dynasty that survived was the one that he had with his Polish mistress historically, funnily enough. It's very odd. His first wife, what was her name? Someone with a P. The one he was very in love with. She actually bore him no children. His second wife, who was a Austrian princess or duchess, she gave him a few kids, and then he had at least a couple, you know, obviously out of wedlock, including one with a Polish, she was noble of some sort, but of no extremely high family status. Attacking the Fatmids is purely to secure the region navally and militarily. The Suez Canal has been built in this timeline early. It was built by the Fatmids. They actually were the ones to build it. Again, they're very advanced. They're very modern. They're very powerful. And the Suez is obviously one of the most important strategic regions of the world right now already. So for Napoleon, securing it and Australia was asking us for support there. These guys. So we are going to get them support and maybe, if we're lucky, get a colony there. Very unexpected, but fine by me. One moment for Napoleon to launch here. What's up, Reaper? Yeah, so 3-1 odds on this. Oof. This will be the toughest Napoleonic battle yet. He just crashed for some reason. There we go. See if my Napoleon skills are gonna be up for it this week. We'll go for probably, I think, the Syrian Ridge map. I think that'd fit the most here. Where is it? Syrian Ridge, I think it would be. Yeah, that looks about right. All right. We will go for very few. So we have to run a third. We'll go obviously with Napoleon. We'll go with our very good cannons, secondary cannons, and then just go for good cavalry. 1, 2, and 3. That's about right. And then for our enemies, we'll do the Ottoman forces, and we'll just give them their starting army. A little bit less cavalry because everyone in EU4 doesn't use very much of it. They have a very weak army in comparison in terms of quality. That's reflected, so I think we're good. Alrighty. Look at that music down a wee bit. It's blasting. I'm gonna assume that other was still in there, Reaper. I thought I had it paused when I was reading that event. I didn't have it paused, so we lost all those troops, which would have still been in the battle. This will be tough enough as it is. I can assure you of that. So I think it'd make more sense. I don't know if we're gonna win this. This will actually be very tough. Let me think about how we're gonna even fight this. We're gonna have to use the choke point on these lakes. If we go left and try and hold these lake spots, we could get our artillery up quickly, and then we'd be able to at least not be under extreme artillery fire in the beginning due to these ridges, which would be very useful until they move their cannons up. But that gives us a little bit of time. I changed some stuff because I was recording for a video. 1 second. Where is it? There we go. Hope I don't have to restart the battle to do this. We can do a more realistic version, I guess. Cavalry will go keep in reserve. We have like no infantry though. Oh boy.
Avoid charging your cavalry onto wooden stakes or chevaux de frise, as the weight and momentum of your horses mean they are unlikely to survive the encounter.
Okay. Our main battery, I'm going to try and rush to get up on top of the hill. Our success here is really dependent on getting that. Our secondary battery, you know, honestly, it's tough. That is fucking tough. Three to one, dude. This is... We'll do that. Our main force, in terms of numbers, we're going to put on the left flank. We're going to have to really do a concentration of force here, actually, is what we're going to have to do. Leaving only one infantry, which we will put here. Napoleon, we will bring over behind. And then the cavalry we'll keep in reserve. We only will have our cavalry for reserve. All right, let's deploy. EU4 would have retreated both or lost if they were both in, unless you MC'd in totally one army to retreat. No, I don't know why one retreat. I think they arrived late or something like that. I'm not too sure. It saves time because you could have made it 1/6 and the second 1/6 versus the remnants. Both were there at the same time, or were about to be there at the same time, so I'm going to run with that. I will get this closer. We may have to delay them here to let the artillery get up in time. They have a lot of fucking men. If they loop around behind, we're going to be really screwed. That's why we have to keep the cavalry in reserve here, in particular. Yeah, it's not going to put everything up, is it? Nope. I'd have to restart the battle. I'm not going to do that. So we're going to fight it a little bit more realistic. Be much harder to see who is who. I was worried about that. They're going to bring 600 up already. Fucking hell. Okay, let's, and I can't get them to run too because there's no interface. We may end up losing this, unfortunately. The alternative being I have to sacrifice that cavalry. Alright, hold on. If I actually don't have access to even the screen, I can't do anything here. We'll have to restart this battle real quick. 1 second. I changed around a bunch of settings, and it will make me restart the fucking game to put them on. Okay, should be good now. 1 moment. We'll do that one more time. Napoleon? Yeah, I can do that in a second. Tall, as a mod, are you actually able to change the stream description? Are you able to do that? And then the Ottomans. Yeah, I'm doing the grand campaign. It's just I'm fighting the big battles in Napoleon. What's a biotical? How are you doing? Also, I will have to take like a 10-minute break here. My aunt ordered
Some
pizza,
units
so I'm gonna
are
go eat in a
masters
minute.
of concealment.
Very unexpected. Okay.
Oui, monsieur.
What am I doing? Doing something wrong here. Bear with me for a moment. What the fuck did I do? I'm gonna restart Napoleon. 1 second. It is still the House Torres mega campaign. It will be that even if they're gone. This is House Torres' nation at the end of the day. I guess I could change it to Sardinia, but it's been House Torres all the way, and I think it still will be. Remember, they're not necessarily gone. Vic 3, the monarchists will be them, the faction. Alright, let's try this again. Need to change these settings back when I do editing in the future. Good to know. There we go. That was very strange. Two, and cavalry, and there we go. Okay, we should be good now. Yeah, so there is still 2 Torreses around. Castoro is still around. He's off in the east. He's hiding with the Japanese. And then, what's his name? Saemundr, he is in Mexico. I think it was Saemundr, wasn't it?
Placing cavalry units on your flank.
Okay. Same battle plan, but I can actually control them properly now. We'll put everyone on run, then we should be good. Alrighty, let's deploy properly. They're deploying really slowly, which is going to give us the time to get set up here. They do have an angle with their artillery, by the way, and they have a lot more than us, so that could really be pretty bad. We're going to want to hold on to every extra shell we can. They're going to deploy quickly. I will potentially bring up the cavalry charge here in a minute. Alrighty. Here we go. I would send it in the cavalry on the left, but they've got a lot of backup there. I think we get slaughtered. There's no clear charge. Fucking hell. If we can get those cannons up on top of the hill in time, we can hit them. Oh boy, okay. We have the range. We really cannot get the cavalry screwed up early because we're gonna have to probably use them to hold the right. We're sitting a lot up the left there, which is what I figured. I wish there was a way to make our cannons actually run here. Fuck, We cannot take these losses. Come on. Almost there. There's the fucking general. We might be able to hit him with canister shot if he comes a bit closer, actually. Come on. Go, 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 go. Is it fucking... Oh my god, it's wasting, isn't it? No. You know, actually, no. Let's get them on canister and let's hold. There we go. In position. They have so much artillery though. Come on, boys. Gotta start firing here.
A glorious victory, sir, is soon to be yours.
Inspire.
Le canon est prêt, monsieur. Lancez des ordres.
They're not going to push that. Oh, okay, we lost a few there. They're going to break in the middle again.
Sir! Sir! Our general is under attack!
The cavalry got around behind when I was not paying attention. That is disastrous. Thank you to Bits Reaper. Appreciate that, man. Do we have any artillery left? No, we lost the second artillery. Fuck, the right's gonna collapse then. And they reformed. Where did the music go? Oh boy. Alright, I'm gonna be honest, this is not looking good. We may have to take a retreat here.
État-major des généraux, à vos ordres. Artillerie.
They're coming in on the right too. Fuck, the loss of that artillery on the right is so bad though. Can't believe I didn't pay attention to that. fucking hell.
État-major des généraux, à vos ordres. État-major des généraux, monsieur. Lancez des ordres. État-major des généraux, à vos ordres.
They're gonna get overwhelmed. We need to win this cavalry battle. We need to do it now.
État-major des généraux, monsieur. À vos ordres, immédiatement.
One of our units has used all its ammunition, sir.
Fuck, they need to goddamn hold.
Ordre bien reçu.
Nope, they're gonna break.
Ordre bien reçu. Monsieur.
They're out of ammunition. Shit. Breaking.
Batterie, au rapport.
Aim for the Brit Sweeper.
Garde révolutionnaire.
Go, 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 go.
À vos ordres.
They rallied. Good. Come on.
Artillerie. État-major des généraux, monsieur.
Our men are running, sir.
Want that ever infantry division?
État-major des généraux, monsieur.
I'm gonna do a really risky play here.
État-major des généraux, monsieur. À vos ordres.
They're breaking on the right.
État-major des généraux, monsieur. Canon moyen. Ordre de groupe.
We did form up there as well.
État-major des généraux, monsieur.
Our men are running, sir.
Let's hit the general's bodyguard too. If we can knock out their general, we might win this. Breaking.
État-major des généraux. Nettoyez-moi ça. Artillerie.
Come on, come on. We're gonna hit some of our men, but that's fine.
Ordre de groupe.
I don't know why the music keeps going away right now. Come on.
État-major des généraux.
think we're gonna win this. Fuck. They're gonna form up on the right again as well. We gotta knock out their general here. That's the only thing we've got. They're breaking. Come on. We got it. Woo! We got it. Nice. That was way too fucking close for comfort. All right, what was the province on that? So I can save the name of it. It was the Battle of Iskandaria. Whew. One moment. On that note, pizza just arrived, so I will be back in probably around 10 minutes, and then we'll keep it going. So I'll be back in just a few.
is one of a kind. In these days so full of zero, I keep gazing at the sky.
darkest night, when our children are asleep, I think about the families of our enemies. Do they feel the same, believe in their own truth? They must love the children as fiercely as we do. We all share one thing, our hearts were given from above, and the only thing worth fighting for in this world is love. On and on through the years, the war continues on. Why can't we see the truth? We are all one. I know you fight for God, and you believe it's right to risk
I'm back. I have finished dinner. That was very unexpected. Okay, so we did just somehow actually win that battle. My gosh, that was fucking close. The charge on the right, and then luring them into that trap did succeed, so we will win this. And then like zombie, right? Yeah. Hope everyone is doing well. What's up, Jay? How are you doing? Alrighty. We are in the middle of our war with Egypt. We have sieged out the west and are now pushing farther east. For our victory in the Battle of Iskandaria, we will have secured ourselves a foothold within Egypt proper. Oh, I really like the pizza. It's fantastic. From Donato's. Oh my god, I need to turn that music down. That's a bit better. All right. Very good. I was literally just about to click the streaming button, and my aunt walked in, and she was like, I'm ordering pizza. So, yeah. Music is loud as fuck. There's a really weird thing on my OBS for streaming where it actually won't let me change the sound on the desktop audio for some reason. It's like locked in place, so maybe take me a minute to get used to it. We should be good now. What's up, COD, man? Tried the CK3 Total War mod, it did everything right, and when I clicked start battle, it closed Attila. Do you have the Charlemagne DLC? Because you need the Charlemagne DLC, and then you need to get all the mods for the medieval mod too. Did you go through the whole checklist they have? You did? Then I can't help you, I'm not too sure. Worked for me. All right, they are not going to push in further here. We did have a pretty big retreat. I'm going to go back a little bit. I don't really know how to transport. Let's see if we can knock out the last of that army there. You had all of them. In the Charlemagne DLC, you had it turned on, right? Ooh, this will be close too. We might have another battle here. Jesus fucking Christ. All right, we should retreat this. We've won a couple of big battles here, but we're not getting out anytime soon. Let's raise... Fuck. No, we're gonna get hit here. Do we fight this or we just retreat it? Who's in charge? Let's pay Sana. We did take a lot of losses there, all things considered. How long until we can get the retreat? 14th of June. I don't think we'll survive that. Nope. We'll lose the army and build a new one. Only our second loan of the war so far, which is actually very good. What about MD yesterday about my RP and can you sponsor me tier 5? Absolutely not, Cheese. No using my in-stream rant feature to promote yourself for the multiplayer server. No. That's not happening. Absolutely not. Someone can refund his points. All right, we did win a battle there, but we did get pushed back. They do have overwhelming troops, you got to remember here. We really got to hope that the British are going to get more involved. I think we can win this, but we'll really need to get reinforced and start hitting more strategically. The problem is we have to push along this very narrow coastline, so we can't do the maneuvers that we were doing earlier. The other option is to retreat past Sirte and engage them in more open terrain here to try and reduce their numbers. But we are on the clock. Napoleon's getting older, and we need to make moves, so it's a tough call here. We sunk the flagship of Egypt. Fantastic. We'll wait up for the backup navy, and we might want to also think about getting some mercenaries here. We're going to need a lot of men. Prominent economists have been questioning the rapid increase in chocolate imports to our nation. It's not being steady levels. Let's try that. Been questioning the rapid increase in chocolate imports to our nation recently, after one of our neighbors came to control a large quantity of the world's cocoa supply through deft trade practices. Their confectionery has gotten very popular even among Carso Sardinian people. Protectionist politicians are now questioning whether such imports of luxury goods benefit revolutionary Sardinia Corsica. arguing that growing dependent on goods within our neighbors' control leads to gold flowing out of our nation. This was the same issue that the British had with the Chinese and was a very big deal, so it would also be a very big deal for us. This is the very old school economic model where gold and things like that were particularly useful. So we will restrict the imports a little bit. That's very bad for our economy, but going to be a little bit reactionary here. Napoleon didn't really become super free trade until later on in his career. Early on, he was quite protectionist. This is an era in the early 19th century when free trade was starting to actually get a good name for itself. Adam Smith and guys like that were beginning to become a lot more popular in the West, but it took a lot of time for those ideas to really go into governments. It wasn't, I think, in France until actually Napoleon III that free trade started to get any measure of popular success. Oh boy. Yeah, we are going to go into Vicky 3. It will most likely be today, I would think. Unless we just get really slow here. I did build another army for us, right? I did not. Okay. We'll go ahead and do one there. And I think we probably will hire some mercenaries here too. Napoleon never really used mercenaries though, so we'll not. We'll wait. We'll get the reinforcements. We're gonna run out of people very quickly though. Did I not put a cooldown on rants? 1 minute. Hold on, I gotta go change this. I have a cooldown on everything, but I guess not those. No, I don't. Okay. I most certainly do not. Ah. All right, we'll be putting a very large, I'll do an hour cooldown on that then. I do not want to get spammed with that. All right. Looks good. We are going to go down a lot of men for reinforcements, so we need to be very smart with these next battles. We are going to go ahead and pull back to the fort line, I think, and we're going to maneuver around them when they take their sieges here. We need to really knock up their armies before we go east again. It's a lot of men. 700,000 still. Sure, we have generals on everything here. We really do need some better generals. We have the military points for it, so I'm going to go ahead and fire some. I will bring in a fresh wave. Let's try this again. Nice. That's a lot better. All right, we got a lot of way better generals. We really need that in this war. Rodolfo di Paisana. And then for our new army we are building in Biserta, we'll put that under the command of Rodolfo Alfieri as well. We're up to almost, I think, a little under 200,000 men now. We're just gonna let them attrition here in the siege, and then we'll hit them when they start to go west. It's a dangerous game. You want to see Hamu wear a bikini? Oh boy. You know, when I say hot tub stream, that doesn't necessarily mean that's what I'll be wearing. In fact, there's no suggestion that's the case. Kids these days, I swear. I'm just trying to think about how to go about fighting the Egyptians. Why are they going north? Their whole army's going north for some reason. What is going on? Are they in a war up here or something? I guess that's fine. We'll maneuver around them. Let them spread out here with their armies, then we're going to start to hit them one by one. Start by go ahead and getting them stuck behind that island there. Beautiful. And we will cut off 82,000 men on that island. Are they attritioning? They are. We're just going to let them stick there. I won't even try and stack wipe them. Hold on, they can cross? Oh, because we lost that port. God damn it. That's one feature I've always really disliked in EU4 is the fact that, like, you can't blockade an island if both ports are sieged out. It's like, explain to me the logic of a fleet being, like, an army being able to cross from an island when you're surrounded by a giant fleet. I've never understood that concept in EU4. I assume it's a balance issue, but it's still just so strange to me. I'm a Moki. I fondly remember you confirming a bikini as well as a wig. I don't know about that. There's a lot of, I think, false remembrance and questionable memory going on here. Selective questionable memory too, I might add. When that whole army moves out, we're gonna go ahead and take this. What are they getting there? They're going to hold with most of their troops. Interesting. We have to do a concentration of force here. Just AI things. But we got to hit them now rather than later. Are they actually moving or are they not? Okay, they're going to get there on the 27th. All right, let's all in. Here we go. We're gonna get the victory there. No stack wipe. Why are we not rolling very well? I feel like we should be doing a lot more. Let's look at our stats here. They have higher morale. Their discipline's actually shockingly high. That's a large degree of it. Okay. Another one dealt with. Bit of a Bits Reaper. Appreciate that, man. I will read that message in just a second. I'm really trying to focus on this here. We're gonna take a lot of attrition. But that's fun. When you start getting some wins here. Let's take this battle as well. Part of the reason is our morale is really low. Big battle. I'm gonna wait for their reinforcements to get there, and then we're gonna take this battle in Napoleon. Okay. Battle 2 of the day for Napoleon Total War. Let's get it. Historically, forts built on islands close enough to form straits are very effective deterrents of navies. So one fort on one side could be avoided by going close to the other shore and vice versa. Once you have both sides of forts overlooking the pass, the navy has no way to intercept and it will die trying. So it makes historical sense as if the water was deep enough to need boats and not walking across it wouldn't be a strait. So it's only in effect if there's a fort on the tile in Reaper in EU4, right? If there's not forts on both sides, then you can still not cross, I assume. Because that would make sense. Oh, I see. Okay. I do understand that. That makes a lot of sense. I get the music properly working again today. Ready. So it'd technically be a siege battle, but we're not inside. Let's see, this would be probably a lot more. Probably arid cliffs, that would make the most sense. Because we're in pure desert right now. We do Spanish Lakeside, actually. Empire Total War does have a lot more interesting maps, but its AI fucking sucks, which is why we're doing Napoleon. We'll do Arid Cliffs. I'll give us a little over half of what they have. We actually do have a lot more, but our morale's lower, so I'll give us less for that reason. Bald Eagle CK3 is going to continue. I've just been very busy and exhausted a lot lately, so I haven't been doing morning Saturday campaigns. I'll most likely continue next week, so I've got a lot going on, and it's always rough this time of year. Ready. We'll go what we did last time, more or less, and then a few more. Cool, let's roll that. I'll see if we've got any cannons, as cannons are what forts have to counter boats. I see. Okay. I didn't notice that nuance. That's actually really cool. Started to play a lot of CK3 recently, and I've been realizing how much of the game I wasn't playing. It's very fun if you get into the RP mindset and just like get into like the character interactions and the events and mods, of course. Oh, fuck off. It's this map. God damn it. I gotta remember these maps better. This does not make sense. But we'll play it out. Fuck it. Makes it very annoyingly difficult for us, though. This is the optimal point for cannons. Our second cannon group. We won't have the time to get there, will we? Bear with me while I set up. And then the left wing. They will have no cavalry support, so this will be a bit rough. Alrighty, let's do it. I still fall into paint the map habits in CK3. It's just too easy. CK3 is not a fun game if you do that, though. You gotta break that habit. It's rough, but you gotta. Otherwise, it just is not an enjoyable game. It's not made for map painting. What if you did Bannerlord battles for CK3 like you're doing for EU4? I'm gonna do, I think, the Total War battles for that too. Bannerlord, I'm not in love with Bannerlord quite yet. It needs more time for me. I checked it out again recently. It needs a lot more work. It's not like Warband where it had gotten a lot of good mods and a lot of good improvements. For me, it still just needs too much work. Have you heard a game called Great House of Caldaria? Looks like a fun alternative to CK3. I've never heard it. Heard of it. If you want to link that, I'll take a look. Total War games do invoke certain voice lines in your brain, don't they? It's funny. Need to use mods? That's fair. I don't know. I like Total War more than I do Bannerlord by a long shot, so we'll do that for the next campaign. You need to fucking run. Alright, we're gonna have to hold this with just one then. Down to speed 2. Last time I didn't do that and it really fucked me. God damn, dude, that cavalry is too slow. What do you want to do a Sengoku CK3 Total War campaign? Possible. It does sound like fun with called Shogun 2. What is up with the music today? Jesus Christ. I've had on my to-do list for like a month now. I want to make like music playlists where I actually can keep the volume balanced. Because for a lot of these Total War and strategy soundtracks, they're made so poorly by people. They'll just throw the songs on together and they don't balance out the sound at all to make it like equivalent. So when you're trying to stream, it's such a pain in the fucking ass. I've been meaning to do that and throw in some ambience. I just haven't gotten around to it. Haven't had the time. I really need to. Such a hassle. Navy hard avoids cannon fights with land and even more so with forts. You cannot control both lands or in a straight Navy can't stop you. Yeah, I mean stationary defenses with good cannonades will destroy any Navy, but there are ways to maneuver around it, to be fair. Fucking Christ. I did it again. I didn't pay attention. I think the game continues when I tab out if I don't pause it, but it makes you load when you go back in, which is fucking pain in the ass. Right, we're gonna have to hold that hill then. Go. We may have to rally this. Fuck, this is just anarchy.
A glorious victory, sir, is soon to be yours.
That's... Bring over Napoleon on the right. We're gonna need to hold. Come on, boys, you gotta disengage here. Fucking hell. Looking good. Looking shooting gallery here. The range that a lot of these units have always blows me away.
Monsieur!
I don't know if it was Empire or like what I was used to playing with, but I always thought that they were much shorter range for a lot of these units in this era. Just in terms of range of like being able to shoot effectively. The Napoleonic rifles were way more accurate though in the past, to be fair. Was it Empire that was a lot shorter range on a lot of these units, or am I just completely misremembering? Alright, now we push them out. A suitable place to play in a mega campaign. After a very long time of searching for someplace that's fun and not too easy, I choose Sicily, a vassal to Duke of Apula. Ooh, Robert, right? Or which start date are you doing? That'll be a lot of fun. Sicily has so much history and flavor on it. Pullman was the emperor and then Napoleon took his place, but except for that one bastard, there were two excellent rulers back to back. Yep. We have had a very, very nice period here. Oh yeah, yes it will. Watch the volley here. Are they out of ammo? There it is. Just instantly fucking. All right. This is just about over as well. They reformed.
One of our units has used all its ammunition, sir.
One last fucking charge. This should end the battle. Come on.
Les grenadiers sont prêts.
Are they firing into their own men? They are. Fuck off. All right, we'll have to take them out first. Our cannons are gone. All right, I think this battle's over. This battle is over. Already. Decisive defeat. Sure. Where was that battle at? Battle of Korgla. Oh, it takes forever to reload back in. Korgla. Ready. What's up, Evan? Yeah, it's I'm doing Total War battles in Victory, or sorry, doing Total War battles for the Grand Campaign in EU4. There we go. That's what I'm trying to say. We will then win that. They actually sending in reinforcements. We've lost the effects of high discipline. Do we? Oh, we lost our military advisor. That is very bad. We'll go for artillery combat ability then. Music going. Would you rather be a mercenary or a corrupt politician? Jesus, what kind of question is that? There's no good option there. I guess probably a corrupt politician. You can be corrupt and still do good stuff. Yes, it does happen. A foreign military teacher has been recruited to revolutionize our officer training. What direction should we take the training into? We'll do additional courses. Big battle there as well. Big win. In Kaffa. 100,000 men on Biserta. We'll hit that in a minute. Big. See if we can knock out another one here. Go, go, go. No, we won't need that. As long as you get to pick who you're fighting for. Well, that's a big ask if you're a mercenary. Do we actually have any of these left? We have like one, I think. We have a couple, actually. We'll do large empire. All right, let's get reinforcements, and we're going to hit the Georgians in Biserta. They're rallying, though. That's fine. If you had to live in the 1600s, where would you live? Oh, is there any good option at all? I'm trying to think, actually. That was a rough century. Not as bad as the 1500s, but rough. Probably Paris, I'm gonna be honest. All right, we are gonna win this as well. Big. Nice. All right, we need to reinforce our men. We're gonna take a moment to recover in the mountains before we go on the offensive again. Paris wasn't the worst. I live in Ohio, America. Would not advise it. It's not the worst place, but certainly not the best. It's got very loud again. This is what I mean. Like every soundtrack has its own volume. That shit pisses me off. We still have the fortress in Kargla at least. We're gonna let them come again so we can keep picking off their armies here. They're really losing manpower, but they're back up to full on actual armies. We somehow have a surplus again. Sure, I will take it. Lambs to the slaughter. Get all the reinforcement we can, though, while we're waiting. Really do want to get another discipline advisor, though, if we can get it. Republican scheming in Suara. Patriots in Figug have alerted us to an opportunity to spread the ideals of revolution. Republicans from Suara have approached them asking for Carcer Sardinia assistance in a coup against the reactionaries in charge of their province. However, the reactionaries are entrenched in Figug, I can't say that, and they are likely to make headway without material support. We'll give it to them. The Georgian army's coming back too. If we can stack wipe that, Georgia will have nothing in this war for a while. Appreciate that, Chiefs. Thanks, man. Do appreciate that a lot. The name for my dynasty. Whenever I plan for mega campaigns, I try and find like interesting family names that already have been there in the past or are currently there, because you can usually find a lot of really great history. So I'd look up just like Sicilian royal families in a time period and find one that you like and that's kind of interesting and that you can add on to. That'd be my advice. Ideological convictions can change, and sometimes personal rivalries leave even high officials disillusioned with their former comrades in arms. A high-ranking official of the previous governments has recently gone over those who have been formerly considered his sworn enemies. With him, he takes some of the dirtiest secrets of the Jacobins and fervent will to harm their influence in general and the National Assembly in particular. They are not of big interest to us to begin with, so that's fine. Their armies are retreating again. Alright, well, I'm going to siege out the island of Malta while this is going on, and we'll take the other sieges we can in the meantime. We've gotten most of our reinforcements done here. That way we can knock out the fleet in Malta too. Let's have our whole fleet waiting there for them. Trying to maneuver on one province with areas is so brutal. For me in EU4 and games where you micromanage, I've always used maneuver to win, so it's very difficult trying to get around that. They're holding again, aren't they? Yep. This is a harder war than I expected. They are very, very strong. Egypt is very strong. Right, we knocked their fleet out of port there. Looking good, and they are immediately retreated back to the other island. Very well. Six years to go till Vic 3, yes indeed. And we are stuck in this war. Let's try and end their fleet here if we can, then we'll go. We gotta win a big engagement here. Nice. Knock it out of port one more time. I think the way that we do this is we have to move quick and we have to start knocking out these armies before they can get reinforcements. We have to do it like actually Napoleonic style. They have almost nothing left on their fleet now. Oh, the Sicilian royal family is from dynasties that are already in the game. I'd just actually research the history of Sicily. Oh, yes. Like, just go on Wikipedia or get a book or something like that. A couple of my mega campaigns, I actually got books for them beforehand and read them and stuff. You don't have to go that far, but at least look up, like, you know, some history on Wikipedia or something. Would be my advice for you. Is the revolutionary government Catholic? No. They are also very I wouldn't say no religion, but very open. Because Napoleon's actually, he got the tolerant trait in this game. So that's what we're dealing with. As soon as we get this siege, I'm going to just pour through and go straight to Benghazi. So let's actually overstack here for a minute. We want to just knock out these stacks as quickly as we can. Get rid of their western defenses and then push through to Egypt again. And we need to get a decisive battle there where hopefully I'll actually pay attention this time. There we go. All in. Yep, they won't get away in time. So I was hoping for. Oh, Egypt actually went to Italy. The fools! They left Egypt open for us? The fucking fools! Let's block off their ability to escape too. We can knock out that stack in Sicily. Captain Admin, you are right. What do we even do with it at this point? I guess we can do some more development. Let's develop the hell out of a bunch of out of the way cheap places. We gotta get that army. I think we should catch up to it. They're not on a forced march. We are. Yeah, if their whole army is in Italy right now, we can siege out the heartlands of Egypt and make them peace. Our capital won't fall. That's all newly acquired land. You gotta remember. We will not feel that as much as they will feel Egypt. That is their administrative hub of an empire. If that falls, we can probably get terms. If we lose Italy, it will hurt our economy, but we can keep walking. Let's leave a small siege there to knock that fleet out of port. Keep going. I don't think we'll catch any of the armies, but we did stack wipe 2 of them. Oh, can we get there? We cannot. Fire on the walls. Yeah, they're scrambling to get an army together here. Oh, fuck, that's what I should have used our admin power for. Our most noble autocrat, Empress Consort Regent Sia, is in need of counsel to help him to stay in perfect control of his lands. The most important person of our nation, what should the council consist of? Burghers. Absolutely. Let's take the next battle. The battle Al Garbia. Send in all the reinforcements on this one too. I think we'll need them. I should have split their army. I may still... No, we can't actually get behind it. Oh, this will be a big one. All in. Come on. Come on. They have higher discipline. Jesus. This is going to get very tricky very quick. Let's take it. Oh. Oh, man. I'm gonna be very risky here. I'm gonna let them go past us. Jesus. I think we win this. We're gonna keep the siege. Why do we have like no morale ever? Oh, we're not gonna win that. The fuck? Why can't I move there? EU4, what is happening? I'm confused. We were just able to move there. Is it because they took like the sieges behind or something? I guess it's because we lost the siege of Alexandria? But they just got there. Oh, god damn it. This game, sometimes. Land blocked by a hostile fort. Fuck it. Alright, we'll take the L. Alright, we're gonna get stack wiped here because of that. I don't understand why we can't move out of here. We just got in. That is exceedingly annoying. Yeah, we're gonna lose this 30k stack. It's fucking annoying. It must be because we just don't have that coastal province anymore, Siege. That's the only thing I can think of there. You can always move into the province you control. If you lose control of this province, goes with it and the fort blocks you. I see. That sucks. Alrighty. I think we should focus in on Italy a little bit and see if we can wipe some more of those troops. We are closing in very quickly on Vic 3 as well, so also need to keep that in mind. How are we looking? They still have manpower and men. Oh boy, we might actually not win this. We're in the coastal provinces? Yeah, probably. Ooh, Britain just rivaled us. Interesting. We could get a piece out of them right now. Not gonna lie. Because it could well be that Napoleon's actually not capable of doing what he did in real life due to the fact he's not controlling a country like France. Yeah, I agree. That is Pole territory. All right, we just got badly beaten in Egypt for the second time. Do we want a peace and take another war? Or do we want to go ahead and continue where we're at? I'll do a poll for that. You remember, we actually have a lot of war score right now, so we can take a pretty good piece. I'll do a quick 1-minute poll for that. So everyone watching, you are now military advisors in a conference with the generals and admirals of Sardinia discussing Napoleon. I mean, he obviously is dead. Napoleon also just died. I didn't even see that event. Did anyone else see that? Did I just skip over it? So somewhere during those battles, Napoleon actually died too, which is also fucking massive. So given that Napoleon, the great conqueror, is dead, and given we just lost another giant series of battles in Egypt, what are we gonna do here? I fucking didn't even see an event for that. God damn it. So we'll say in the roleplay that in the middle of that campaign in the heart of Egypt, after being cut off from the rest of his forces, the Grand Army and the Old Guard under Napoleon were surrounded and slaughtered to a man in Alexandria. So essentially, we were pushed out of Egypt after Napoleon was surrounded and killed, and the armies of revolutionary Sardinia were pushed back. All right, we're gonna go to peace then. Overwhelmingly too. We'll need to take some time to mourn and to see what we can actually get in the peace deal, if anything. Can take land, at least. Can we take the Suez though? Probably not. Hold on. If we take nothing else other than the Suez. Oh my. We can actually take the Suez. That's risky though. We're gonna do it. We're gonna fucking take the Suez. Alrighty. Ladies and gentlemen, the Suez Canal. So, let me explain to you the roleplay of all this. Excuse me. This was an absolutely brutal war. After taking imperial status and claiming himself emperor after the war in Castalla, Napoleon established Sardinia as a major power in Europe once more after really, I wouldn't say destroying Castalla, but certainly putting them in their place, securing northern Italy, securing northern Africa, and making a very strong Sardinia once more. He rebuilt the military at a level we have never seen before and fought a great long war with Egypt. Most of these were battles, not sieges, and it went back and forth over the years, but at the end of it, he was surrounded and with the last of his men held out in El Gabaria, just to the north of the capital of the Egyptians, and died. From there, the military command, along with the old wife of the Empress Consort Sia, met with the Grand Sultan Henry Fatmid, where they made terms. In this, Sardinia demanded the Suez as they had entered the war, as well as a few other concessions from them, but did make peace, given the losses that both sides had made, but the fact that we had won many more battles than them, they did take this peace. This will not be the Napoleon of our own timeline. He will never, he gotta remember, he came to power much older than he did in our timeline. He took emperorship much older, and though he left Sardinia a great power, he did not manage to build or define Europe in the same manner he did in our own lifetime. What he did do is establish Sardinia as an Italian power, if not the foremost Italian power, secure their holdings in North Africa, and secure for them the most economically powerful region on the planet, which is the Suez Canal. He may not be the great iconic conqueror of our own timeline, but he redefined Sardinia in many, many, many ways. Alongside Solomon IV, he dragged us out of irrelevance and made us one of the most, I'd say, terrifying powers in Europe. I mean, our military has rampaged through it for probably 30 years now. We would be a force to be reckoned with and once more respected. I think for the last 5 years of the game, I'm also going to try and just have us stabilize before we move on to EU4 as well. I'm sorry, Vic 3. And I cannot say the right words today, and then we'll go from there. In real life, he got spanked in Africa. Yeah, he got spanked in Africa on this timeline too. It's just he got a good deal. Looming disaster. Oh boy, we got internal conflicts brewing. We need to get stability back up here. Let's upgrade the Suez too. All right, for the last few years, we're just going to try and stabilize. We'll rest on our laurels and go into Vicky 3, very powerful. I have no idea what GDP we're going to have. We will have to see. A little bit of a softer ending than I expected, but then again, we did have a 70-year-old Napoleon leading our forces at an end there. He was very, very old. I can't believe we actually didn't take the Suez out of that. I didn't think they'd let us take it. My gosh. We're gonna be fucking strong in Vic. We have a lot of stabilizing to do here. You know, they should have a very high GDP, but I think Bavaria should have the highest, or the Chagatai. I also, just to manage Vic 3 a little bit, I am going to make the Bavarians release some territory. I don't like the map painting they did, and I'm going to make the Chagatai release Southeast Asia, just so we keep it interesting. Otherwise, it'll just be giant blobs in Vic 3, which I don't really want. I'll make them tributaries is what I'm going to do, so we'll go with that route, rather than just outright map painting. I'm going to GC this like this is the multiplayer grand campaign a little bit. Do you want to get the stream link to the game I talked about? Yeah, go for it, Leo. I missed that earlier. About how EU5 won't be out until 2025 and full EU4 is over $200. You know, I thought we'd have a nice, short, fun ending to Vic, going into Vic 3. Nope. The British Empire just declared war on us. Take Sassari. They won our capital? No fucking way. They've got Lombardy on their side too. Oh fuck, okay. Oh boy. I was mentally just relaxing. No. No. None of that. All right, rally the fucking Navy. Let's go, boys. We'll meet up in Biserta, and we'll go from there. They've got a big-ass fucking Navy, too. This is gonna be rough. Goddamn, boy. We need to get our army into Italy immediately and take the offensive of Lombardy. We need to use our Navy to cut off the Strait of Gibraltar and knock off the Britain's fleets. And then we need to siege out Lombardy, and then we can navally invade the fucking British. Let's goddamn do this. This has been a long time coming. They've been looking to a war with us for a long time. A long time. And we're gonna fucking give it to them. We still have Jorundur Ludovisi, though. One of the greatest admirals we've had besides that 666. So see if Sardinia is a great power or a weak fancy. This is the defining moment. Napoleon is dead. His son is not but 9 years old. Our country is ruled once more by the Navy and the High Command. And we will see if our army has grown competent enough to hold its own here against a truly great power. They're the 8th greatest power. If we win this, we will replace them as one of the world's greatest powers. Start ferrying our armies to Sicily. And then let's put our navy in Ceuta, and we'll wait for their navy to show up here. Oh boy, this is going to be a rough war too. I think the British AI does know that we're about to go into EU4. All right, the first naval battle so far. We hit a full stack of 36 heavy ships from the British. Let's go. They may reinforce too. They're not going to. We dropped 5 of them. You gotta remember, they do have their ideas, right? The English idea group, which is fucking nasty. Brazil's gonna have to try and hold out without us too. Let's go help them out a little bit navally. Let's send our fleet down to give them some assistance here. Just in time too. Long story, Alex. I'll do a message about it. I was arguing about that with people all day yesterday. I don't really want to talk about it right now. There will be an announcement in the Discord about that at some point. The simple version, we don't have the staff anymore. And I'm not at the point I'm picking up work anymore. All right, let's see. We need to knock them out of port here. We are leading the Mediterranean unguarded, but I think we'll take the risk right now. I have a navy here? Oh, because the Papal States. They will actually give us access. I assume that's because they're afraid of us. They certainly are not doing that out of the kindness of their hearts, I can tell you that. Let's go. The British fleets, it's on the coastline. Those galleys are going to be really useful. No, they don't have galleys. They have light ships. We're going to win this then, I think. Pretty handily, too. Ooh, they have a strong navy, not going to lie. We've sunk no ships there. We really need to repair, too. Oh. You got to remember how many good ideas Britain does get in EU4 for their navy. It is kind of terrifying. They actually are the one country that might be able to contend us. A medieval duel, because that's a sport. You mean like, what's it called? There's a name for it. The sport, right? Yeah, actually I am. Funnily enough, you mean like, yeah, there's a name for it. I forget the name of it right now. It's an acronym for it. So I'm HEMA, that's the one. That's really funny you bring it up, man. I'm actually losing weight right now. I've lost 20 pounds. I'm trying to lose another 30. I got a little bit fat. I'm trying to get really thin like I was probably around 6 years ago. The main reason I'm trying to get really in shape again is there's a HEMA club in a town near I live, and I want to go join it, and I need to be in shape to do that. So that's fucking funny you mentioned that. Absolutely. I've been wanting to do that for a long time. I did LARPing when I was a kid, and I want to get back into like the modern version of it. Which is why I'm doing this brutal diet right now. Another big naval battle here. This is really important. We get the make of our navy here. They're retreating every time, which is smart. All right, let's go back to Gibraltar. Far on the fort. I'm gonna overstack here so we can rush this. Yeah, no, it's an amazing sport. It's the only one I've really watched in recent years in terms of like, you know, just viewing interesting sports. And I've been wanting to get into it for years. So I'd love it. I'd love to get into it. I actually plan to, so we'll see. Let's take this battle in Forenza. They landed in Sassari! Fuck, we should not have left the med like that. Oh, this is bad. Sassari's never been sieged out. This is a good time for that meme. I'm not stuck in here with you. You're stuck in here with me. He can't get away now. We got our navy back in the minute, unless we lose this battle, which I don't think we will. Big. We're gonna land all of our forces in Cagliari, and we're gonna wipe that army they have on Sassari right now. If we win, we're gonna take all of Italy. Brazil's just getting destroyed. We're just not going to look over there for a little while here. Where are we getting navally invaded? Probably in fucking Asia, let's be honest. No, surprisingly not. Have a very good general too. 546. We sunk the flagship of Lombardy. We're trying to reinforce. I'll see you around, Codman. Check you soon. We gotta block the Suez too. I keep forgetting about that. We're gonna do overwhelming forces. I do not want to use this battle. We'll bring all of our forces here. We're gonna sack wipe this army, and then we're gonna go after Lombardy. It was from Donato's, chiefs. My aunt ordered it. It's a pretty good place. I've eaten there a few times. We got a really good local place though that I usually order from when I order pizza. I don't do it often. Let's go up to 0 stability. We control the Med once more. Yeah, they still do have Albania. I mean, Castalla still got Epirus after their wars with Byzantium. Ah, poor Solomon IV. Fucking legend. I don't know why my music keeps being weird today. We can actually play the song right now because it fits. Kind of. Where is it? Where's the one I'm looking for? Yes, this is the right one. All right, here we go. Reactionaries, we can't deal with them right now. All right, they're gonna run. Fuck off. See if we can cut them off here. Nope. We're gonna have to take the crossing. All right, let's go, boys. They have no retreat, though. We will stack wipe if we win here. I would fucking hope so. Come on, boys. Nice. And they are gone. Oh, yeah. They tried to take Sassari, which no man has done in probably 500 years. They're not going to do it again. How many troops left do they have? A lot, I'm sure. Yeah, a little less than 500,000. That's fine. We just need to win in Italy, and we'll be all right. We can beat them on sea. Should have done it in Total War? I could have. It was just so overwhelming though, you know. There's no way we weren't gonna win that. Hello. The entire British Navy is trying to land, I think, in Ceuta right now. They're making a play for Gibraltar. God, that's a lot of heavy ships. We have to take this, though. Big naval battle. A lot of heat coming. Oh boy. Make sure I've got our ideas right for this. Alrighty, let's fucking do it. This is Naval Waterloo. Or Trafalgar, I should say. That's the right one. Some Attack on Titan shit. Are they actually running? They're actually running from our Navy. Oh my god. Look at them fucking run. They're running to Brazil. We have like a 4 for the heavy ships they do. Oh man, that's their transport fleet. Hold Gibraltar, win in Italy, then we'll deal with this shit later. This music does not go hard enough. Hold on. We'll go with this. That's a bit better. Florence has fallen. To Milano. Last time we were here, we had our army wiped. We have revolutionaries too. Brazil's gonna fall. Have we knocked out Lombardy? If we can keep their fleets at bay, we can actually do a naval landing in Britain and try and get the peace that way. Because I would wager a guess that a lot of their military is currently in Brazil. The other options, they land in Brazil, we win there, and then we try and navally land in Britain. We'll see. Either way, we get what we want. Venice too. Well, we should be able to walk there. Well, we can land that way too. That's true. Unless we get a call for peace. There is that, Robert. You are very right. Let's go ahead and repair a bit of the fleet. We do not have an alliance with Revolutionary Bavaria, no. They really actually would give us one. If we get peace, they'd actually give us an alliance. Oh, yeah, they would. By a long shot too, my god. Could one of my mods put up a poll and see if our current government, not whether or not we have an alliance, but if the current military and noble and burger state of the government, what's their like opinion of Revolutionary Bavaria? We'll do like a poll from people watching. So anyone watching, you can either be like, you know, a noble, a merchant, or like a member of our government, and just a general opinion poll on our government towards revolutionary Bavaria going forward. Because allying with them or working with them would be a big deal. They have a very differing ideas than we do. Like, we're an empire and they're more a revolutionary republic, but they are very powerful. So whether or not we work with them is a very big question. All right, they've got an army coming here. Let's be smart. We may have to reinforce. It's farmlands. Let's take this. We're gonna win it. Beautiful. They have a large force to the west too. Let's prepare to reinforce in Milan if we need to. We gotta take their capital here. That's the most important thing. Brazil's fallen. I'll have to keep a close eye on the Mediterranean, but I'm going to try and knock out some of their fleets when they're transporting troops home. The canal company formed. A wealthy group of investors and merchants interested in the economic prospects of the canal through Sharqiya have formed a commercial company in order to support the construction. We could actually turn our lands in the Suez region into a colonial company in Vic 3. That'd be interesting. Not have it directly administered. That'd be very interesting, actually. I don't know if you can do that in that region, though. I can look into what I can do with save edits. All right, here we go. I guess they're not going to take it. That's fine. We'll take Milano. And we're going to wipe their army right after they fight the revolutionaries. Oh, come on. You know you want to. Come on. Come on. You know you want to. Come on. I'll even walk away. It's fine. Thy chill. Very split, though. So I figured our own country. A lot of people would like them. A lot of people would hate them, I think. We're going to play Vicky 3 today. I will do the save translator, and I'll see how much work I need to do into actually fixing it. If it's playable, we'll continue. If I have to do edits, I'll probably just do those tonight, and we'll continue tomorrow. Those were the British, too. All right, we're going to take our sieges in Lombardy, and then we're going to get a peace with them. We'll leave them North Italy, but we are going to take the southern region for sure. The Mediterranean, see how we're looking. Cautious? The fuck you mean cautious? Get the fuck out there! Oh, the revolutionaries are gonna hit us here. Alright, I guess we'll deal with them for them, I guess. Didn't plan to do that. See if we can actually get the peace for them for what we want right now. They have a very high war desire up. Nah, not a chance. Benedictus V. Will we take their Adriatic territory? No, we won't. We're much more interested in Italy proper. We would not have like a full-blown, I think, like desire to form Italy. The concept of Regimento isn't really here yet, but it's definitely beginning to become a bit of an idea. We're much more interested in the Italian heartlands. I think we probably will go for Italy in Vic 3. We'll see. We're gonna need another very big battle here. Where's our other armies? We're missing one. Oh, are we not? Okay. That's all we've got left. No, that's Ferrara. We made them an independent state. They should be independent. They're a march under Castalla, which I'm going to edit out in Vic 3. They should be independent. That was one of our demands in the Castallan War. Funnily enough, despite us making Castalla release Mexico, Mexico and Castalla really like each other, and they're allied, which I think is hilarious. Come on, is it bugged again? It is bugged again. Beautiful. Thank you for the sub. Did someone say Texas? Appreciate it, man. Appreciate the sub. I did bug again. God damn it. Fuck off. Gonna follow Track Daddy. Did I get that name right? It's Atlantic. I really do wish they'd fix the naval transportation system a little bit in EU4. I don't know if it's just me, but it always bugs out every fucking time. Okay, it's gonna work this time. Beautiful. They have a lot of fucking troops, though. The fuck are you going? Jesus! Oh. Navies. I love navies, and somehow every strategy game somehow makes them imperfect. It's not hard. We need to bait them down into the lowlands. Well, I guess we could just take the siege and wait. Go, 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 go. They're running! All 400 of them! They fear us like a force of nature! Oh yeah, let's go! The big one! Oh, their heavy fleet ran! Cowards! There were no heavy ships in that fleet. Fucking disgusting, the cowardice from the British Royal Navy. Embarrassing. There's no other word for it. Fucking embarrassing. This is not the Royal British Navy of our timeline, I can tell you that. Now let's take the remaining sieges in the north while they're fucking around in the south. Beautiful. Now we will go on the offensive. So let's rush that Swiss army right now. Go, 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 go! Yeah, we're gonna get it! Nice! They are fucking moving, aren't they? I've always been super fascinated by LARPing, but I haven't found anything associated with it that I am most likely to be too young to take part in anything that I might find intriguing. But it's still so cool. LARPing's a ton of fun. I did a lot of that when I was a kid, when I was very young, and I loved it. Very casual, more kind of like LARPy. It's a lot of fun though. I definitely recommend it if you're younger. If you're older, you probably want to be in more like things like HEMA. You don't have to, but... Privateers and pirates want to work with us in Cuba. We will accept. Also, we're about to go into Vic 3, so let's see if I can get a piece out of the Lombardians here if we wipe their army. One last development here. Actually, fuck, I'm just gonna develop Sassari. What song is this? Gonna link it to you. That is the one. So we're gonna hit their army here quickly. This will be a big battle. Go, 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 go. They're running. I kind of want to take them on that hilltop. Those mountains. We'll cut off a few of their troops there. I mean, we're certainly winning. The question is, what are we going to concede and what are we not going to concede, right? That's the question now. Or what are they going to concede and not concede, rather? Does it just like not work? My brother in Christ, I gave you a mission. Come on. There we go. Jesus Christ. All right, one last Napoleonic battle before the end of EU4. Let's do it. Right when they took the fucking fort, too. Alrighty. Let's go. Last battle. And then this will decide the outcome of the war, and then we're going to go on to Vic 3. Will it take colonies from the British? Probably not, because we'd have to fight it in Vic 3, and I don't think we can win in Vic 3. We can win in EU4, but save translator really changes things. I'm also going to go to the bathroom before we fight this, so I will be right back.
Ne sec reviendra, s'apporte, ou à la Trinité, ou à la Trinité, ou à la Trinité. La Trinité se passe, miroton, miroton, mirotaine. La Trinité se passe, Malbrook ne revient pas, Malbrook ne revient pas, Malbrook ne revient pas. Madame sa tourmente, miroton, miroton, mirotaine. Madame sa tourmente, si haut qu'elle peut monter, si haut qu'elle peut monter, si haut qu'elle peut monter. Elle voit venir son page, miroton, miroton, mirotaine. Elle voit venir son page, tout d'un noir habillé, tout d'un noir habillé, tout d'un noir habillé. Mon page à mon beau page, miroton, miroton, mirotaine. Mon page à mon beau page, quelle nouvelle apporter, quelle nouvelle apporter, quelle nouvelle apporter. Nouvelle que j'apporte, miroton, miroton, mirotaine. Nouvelle que j'apporte.
Run him back.
Vos beaux yeux vont pleurer, vos beaux yeux vont pleurer, vos
This will be a mountain battle. There's one. Yep, Savoy Hilltop. Perfect. We are about equal on armies too. And is there in Italy? There is not, is there? We'll make them be the British then. They always give the worst fucking armies. Let me redo this one real quick. I'm gonna go for quality. EU4 has been one hell of a ride. There were some serious bleak times, but we persevered thanks to all the hours of entertainment. You are very welcome. I had just as good of a time, man. My God. I thought we were done for in the middle. I thought we were freaking done for, and we somehow survived. Some very risky plays resulted in some very big wins.
Always keep some forces in.
Yes. Thank you, Darth Vader. Oh. Look at that fucking killing pit down there. I haven't played on this map in Napoleon before. Fucking Christ. The high ground's gonna be everything. How far does the map go? Does it go all the way up here? Oh my God, it goes all the way up there. Okay. There's no good choke points for us either. Obviously, we're not just gonna walk straight through this shit, I can tell you that. They can't even walk up that if they wanted to. This is such a strange map. That's just really, it's gonna be literally a race to the top. That's what it's gonna be. Set up here. Okay, what do we want to try and do? There's no way we'll get up there with artillery in time. Let's do this. They are gonna go low. Like a fucking rifle cavalry too. Rifles have really long range. They are fucking pain in the ass to fight. And I don't think I have anything infantry-wise that can match their range. Oh, fuck off. I get murdered by this fucking rifleman. We will not have our artillery in place in time too. British Grenadiers. Oh boy.
A glorious victory, sir, is soon to be yours.
Is it loud? I'm gonna make the time this week to make this playlist for Vic 3, especially, so we don't have to deal with this shit. Oh. You heard that there's gonna be a new movie about Napoleon with Ridley Scott? Yeah, it's starring Joaquin Phoenix too. I'm really looking forward to it. I haven't been to a movie in theaters in probably like a year. I may go to see that one. It's fucking Napoleon. Where the fuck are you going, bud? Huh? Where are you going?
État-major des généraux, à vos ordres. Monsieur.
L'infanterie suisse attend les ordres. Garde!
Good.
Groupe, préparez-vous.
I don't want to rush these guys with the cavalry, but those are grenadiers, and if we do, they can just blow us to shit, so I'll just hold that tree line.
Lancez des ordres.
Oh boy, here they come. Almost there.
Howitzer moyen.
All right, there. Come on.
État-major des généraux, monsieur.
They're gonna bring some cavalry over. We can hit them with carcass from here though. What are they doing? Get our cavalry up for a charge here. I may try and actually maneuver around and hit those grenadiers. It's just so risky to hit them. I've tried to do this before, Napoleon, hit grenadiers with cavalry, and I have fond memories of my cavalry getting massacred by their fucking bombs, so I'm trying to avoid this. This is looking very good for us overall, though. All their cavalry's fucking stuck down there. I think the AI got confused with how to use this. No, they might just push out of here, actually. That wouldn't be the stupidest idea. I think we could actually use canister shot if they do that, though. You know what we'll do? Let's deploy our reserves right here just in case they do that. Then we can pull back those, we can hold that choke point.
Garde révolutionnaire! Groupe, préparez-vous.
Fuck it, we're hitting those grenadiers. They are gonna hit the right.
Préparez-vous.
Fuck. Oh boy, this is about to be a lot of friendly fire.
État-major des généraux, monsieur.
Ça cervelle. Nettoyez-moi ça.
They're gonna come down through the bottom there. Good, broke them.
Infanterie d'élite. Rovisseur moyen.
You've taken a beating there.
Infanterie d'élite.
Préparez-vous.
À portée de tir.
Boys, what are we doing here?
One of our units has used all its ammunition, sir.
Right in the middle. They really don't get a lot of it, do they? Well, they just need to hold the line with bodies, I guess.
Garde révolutionnaire. Sur le sort. Feu.
Oh, the range.
Rally.
Right up to that hill front.
Infanterie d'élite.
What the fuck are they all in that goddamn forest?
Préparez-vous.
You know what? Let's fucking end this shit.
Infanterie d'élite. Infanterie d'élite. Oui, monsieur.
Sergent, attention, derrière vous.
Rally. Rally. À vos ordres. État-major des généraux, monsieur. Lancez des ordres.
L'infanterie suisse attend les ordres.
Garde révolutionnaire.
Préparez-vous. L'infanterie suisse attend les ordres.
Oui, monsieur. Oui, monsieur.
It's almost over. Well, there they are.
L'infanterie suisse attend les ordres.
They have actual dragoons there. Fuck.
One of our units has used all its ammunition, sir.
We may have run out of ammunition before we win this fucking battle, though.
Infanterie, au rapport.
L'infanterie suisse attend les ordres.
It's good. They are reforming. Let's come back. Nope, not you. British actually have pretty good morale, if I remember correctly, in this game. Are they actually firing or not? Can't tell. There we go. Took a while. Cavalry charge again, I think.
One of our units has used all its ammunition, sir.
We booked them on the left. What are you doing? Hello there. Charging with his general? I mean, okay. We can play that, I guess. Into fucking canister shot. I do respect the balls. You gotta respect the balls. You do. It's a lot of balls. Jesus Christ. He actually went in with his fucking... Yeah, that's gone. That's a route. The fuck did they think were gonna happen? Listen, I know you are monkey AI, but goddamn. I feel like the difficulty level is low or anything. Alright, this is just about over. I think we about won this. This is a fun game. I forget how fun Napoleon is as well as Lodi. I love this game. I wish we could get Empire Total War style battles with victory trading economy and CK3 style diplomacy system all in one game. That'd be the dream, man. That would be the dream. That would be lovely. Yeah, their general's gone. This is over. This is the battle of Southern Italy. We'll go with that. Forget the exact name of the province, but this will work. Alrighty. With that, I think we're about to end this war, too. Some better music as well. Change the vibe a lot. Go, that good dramatic stuff. Alrighty. Oops. Well, we actually won some land battles too, unfortunately. Take these sieges and then we'll end this war. Get a peace treaty here. And then we're gonna go into victory. Let's take the battle in Rome too. They have their navy on the run, that's for damn sure. Let's knock out the one in Gibraltar or around there. Alrighty. I think if you go in towards Siena, you don't get the deficit. We'll try that. Good, nice. Oh, Lord, he running. Oh, no. Oh, no. Come on. Come on. Come on, you fucks. Yeah, there it is. Big victory. Fuck yeah. Oh, it's gonna be Napoli. We might get the stack wipe here. We got it. Their army is gone. Oh, fuck. Is it not sharing? Oh, come on. Oh, no. It missed that. Fuck. I just chased their army into Rome. They ran. We beat them in the Battle of Terracina. They retreated, and then we step wiped them in Napoli. God damn it. I wish that was recorded. Fuck. That is fucking unfortunate. We stack wiped the whole army there. Well, I was giving some narrative. You heard me screaming, so maybe that helped. Oh, damn it. Gotta be careful when I do 2 games at once for that. Oh, big. We can siege out the rest of Italy, too. This is over. Oh, sexy. Just in time for victory as well. Let's take the siege. Let's take the peace here. I'm just gonna save edit it. We're gonna get the EU4 fucking shit. I'm gonna just do a solid peace with Britain, and then I'm gonna save it and give us the rest of Lombardy. We'll just keep it simple like that. They won't even fucking piece it. Oh my god. We can fight this out forever, but you gotta remember the militaries will be so different in Vic 3 compared to U4. I don't want to keep fighting it there because it will just not work properly. So we'll just do that. And we will end it here. Goddamn, folks, end of an era. We are done with EU4. That's been, I think, around 2 or 3 months of IRL time, and what did we run here? 400 years. 400 years? No, we went in early too, around 450 years. My god. We have made it all the way to the end. That's a long one. God damn. Let's take a look at the map one more time before we move on as well. It's been a while since we've done one of those. So obviously the big powers in the world right now in order of power is the Chagatai, Revolutionary Bavaria, Castalla, Maharashtra, which is southern India. We've got the Gizarids, which are Iran, basically. So we're going to have a very powerful Gajar. Well, it won't be Gajros, because the Gajar dynasty never came to power. It'd be the Gizarid Empire. I don't know how to say that either. The Fatmids are still very powerful, besides the loss of the Suez. Nepal, which has taken basically all of northern India, which is super interesting. That happened very recently, too. Britannia, which is number 8. And then we are right behind it. We are almost on that list as well. The US is independent underneath that French monarchy. The Canadians are independent and under the Grand Consuls. Mexico, we forced to become independent, and they are underneath the Grand Consul Sigolo Osuna. Western California and New Mexico are actually owned by the Indians, ironically, out of everyone else. They changed hands like 10 times, but in the end, the Indians have it. The British have actually taken territory there, and the Indians have also taken Alaska. Wow. Didn't see that happen. Castalla only holds on to like the Louisiana Purchase region that the French controlled there around this time period. They still own Colombia. Cuba still owns the Caribbean. Brazil's independent. Egyptian Argentina, Hosokawa, Chile. And then the Papal States only own a few provinces left there. The Takruri, Brazil is also underneath the British now. Yorubaland, Congo, Somaliland. British and Egypt share the Cape Coast. And then in And then the Japanese and us really vying for power in Indonesia, besides the Majapahit and the Pasai as well. I will release Southeast Asia as tributaries to the Chagatai too. So let's look at religion really quickly. Are we going to ally the Bavarians? I don't know. I think we're going to take it on events that we get in Vic 3. Anglican, Protestant only left in Scandinavia. Tangori actually still holding out in parts of the Chagatai near Archangelisk. Orthodox only really alive in Byzantium. Shia, Fatmids. Sunni, Chagatai. Confucians still holding out in China. Mahayana Buddhism, very much alive in Southeast Asia, as well as Northern India, I think. Yeah, no, Hindu Nepal. Shinto Japan. Hindu Australia. Shia Argentina. Orthodox and Fetishist Brazil. Anglican Peru. Catholic Colombia and Venezuela. And then Catholic America. Shinto India, despite being under the control of India. God damn. Wow. That's fucking wild. There you go, folks. Lithuania's still holding out over there too. Our colonies include only the ones in Indonesia, which I'll be releasing into a trade company, basically. So the first Vic 3, we're probably just gonna expand a lot in Indonesia. All right, let's see if I can get the save translator working.